WWE 2K25 is less than 48 hours away from release, and based off all the news that's been coming out, it's safe to say that this will be another solid WWE 2K game. But again, we say that about 24, 23, and 22, and while they weren't the worst games, they definitely weren't groundbreaking in any way. I mean, while intergender wrestling is a nice change to the series, it's not something I would consider game-changing. Game-changing for me is like 10-man matches or story designer being brought back. Other returning features include diving finishers off the ladder, chain wrestling, and new features such as diving off the barricade, a new giant class, and third-person camera support for entrances and matches themselves. And you know what? I appreciate what WWE 2K is doing right now with these new and returning gameplay features they're bringing. As for GM mode, it's going to be online and there will be cross-brand PLEs. Universe mode sees to return of promos alongside PLEs on multiple days and multiple shows on the same day as well. Now, like I said before, these are all wonderful returns and additions to the series, but will this really make Universe mode more replayable? For one, there is no text in the promos, which will probably be fine for Universe mode creators, and even I'm fine with it, but other people aren't going to take it so well. You still can't do rivalries with more than 4 people, and no, that doesn't mean Fatal 4-Way and Triple Threat rivalries. We're still limited to 1v1 and 2v2 rivalries, and we don't even know if they've added any new cutscenes to the mode besides the promos certain YouTubers have shown us. My Rise has one story this year rather than 2 different storylines for men and women. This is probably due to the inclusion to intergender wrestling being added into the game. The storyline centers around certain WWE wrestlers attempting to take NXT to the ground and control the entire WWE. One thing I really liked about My Rise this year was the multiple endings it's gonna have, which branching storylines are something I really love in a wrestling game like the WWE 2K series, and I'm glad we're seeing that making more of an impact in this year's My Rise mode. We're also able to unlock all the My Rise characters from the mode and even a few actual wrestlers such as John Cena 12 and Randy Orton 15. Speaking of wrestlers, the roster looks solid as it does every year. We see the return of the wrestlers from last year's WrestleMania showcase and all the wrestlers from last year's DLC. Well, almost all of them, which I'm really not missing anyone from this DLC pack. We got classic versions of Michaels and Rock back in here, we have Shield version of Seth you unlock from Showcase, and we're going to be getting a lot more Persona cards this year, although these do look kinda familiar from last year. I can tell based off the 3 lock slots under CM Punk, which is probably what we got last year with the 2010 versions of Punk. Same thing with Booker T and the Elite Wrestlers. They did bring back Super Cena from 2K23, which I love. Now, for the island. Not a big fan due to the lack of VC you earn when you win. And keep in mind, the prices for certain pieces of clothing are not cheap. But I'll still play it for content and whatnot and give you all my opinion on the mode. Besides that though, that's all I have to say about this game. And as for the DLC that was recently announced, it's just another DLC lineup for me. But they seem to not learn their lesson from last year's Pat McAfee pack with the NBA players. I guess we can't have the perfect WWE 2K game now, can we? But let me know what you guys think of this game and if you're going to buy it or not. Until next time though, I'll see y'all later. Peace out.